Welcome to Mississauga. Just west of Toronto on the shores of Lake Ontario, we are home to more than 700,000 people and many of the world's leading corporations. In Mississauga, you'll find the charm of a small town nestled within the heart of a world-class city. Join us as we take you on a tour of Mississauga's storied past, our exciting present, and our promising future. Kick off your shoes and stay a while. We'll show you why so many people and companies from around the world have chosen to call Mississauga their home. Mississauga has only officially been a city since 1974, but our history dates back to the early 1700s when the Mississauga natives, an Algonquin-speaking Ojibwe tribe, first settled within the area. Mississauga is an Algonquin word meaning river of the north of many mouths. It's a fitting description of the area, since it highlights the significance of the Credit River in our history. As European settlers entered the area, the Credit River became a major trading ground for natives and French traders. After the American Revolution, the British faced the problem of finding homes for almost 10,000 loyalists who were forced to flee American colonies in Quebec. To accommodate these settlers, the British government negotiated a number of land treaties with the Mississauga natives. The first agreement was forged in 1805, with subsequent treaties signed in 1818 and 1820. By 1818, the land was almost exclusively occupied by British settlers. This transfer of lands opened a door to even more immigration in the period we now refer to as the pioneer years. Those early pioneers suffered through incredibly difficult times. They routinely faced shortages in their food supply, bitterly cold winters, and threats from wild animals. They also spent a good deal of time pursuing natural light, as dark, heavy forests around their homes would shade a great deal of the sunshine. Settling in these conditions meant that even the bravest pioneers often found themselves homesick for the familiar comforts of their former homes. In spite of these significant challenges, pioneers felt an incredible sense of pride. By coming to Canada, they were able to own their very own land, probably for the first time in their lives. Today, it is that same motivating passion that encourages so many people to continue to build their homes in Mississauga. Circling the ceiling in the Mississauga Council chambers, you'll find the names of the villages that joined together to create our current city of Mississauga. Streetsville's history dates back almost 200 years. Timothy Street was a government surveyor who built a successful saw and grist mill in 1819. It wasn't long before word spread about the thriving town that Street was building, and a bustling village began to take shape. The town of Cooksville was named after local businessman Jacob Cook. Cook owned the contract to carry mail between York, which is now the city of Toronto, and Niagara. In the early 1800s, Cooksville was the center for civic government, business, and education in the area. To this day, Cooksville remains home to Mississauga's Civic Center and our official downtown core. For many years, Port Credit had been a center for business and commerce among Iroquoian and Algonquin-speaking natives. By 1720, the French military had established an outpost in the area and used the port and river as a center for trading on credit with the local natives. Meadowvale Village was established in 1820 by Irish settlers from the state of New York. Within only a few years of their arrival, the villagers had built sawmills and a grist mill, which helped to establish Meadowvale as a thriving community within the area. The village became Ontario's first heritage conservation district in 1980 and celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2005. A successful sawmill was also the catalyst for Springfield, which would later become the village of Arundel. The village was an economic leader in the region, boasting numerous mills, a brewery, a chair factory, wheat farms, and apple orchards. Clarkson Village founder Warren Clarkson arrived in 1808. After buying 100 acres of land near Lake Ontario, the Clarkson family built a thriving farm and would later operate the local post office and general store. The town of Malton is best known today as the site of Canada's busiest airport, the Lester B. Pearson International Airport. But at one time, it was the center of Ontario's wheat farming industry. The village was named after the English city of Malton by an early settler and blacksmith named Richard Halliday. Malton flourished as a major grain shipping region for years and today is still a major hub of commercial and industrial activity. During the war years, the rural villages of Mississauga changed dramatically, as many local young men and women volunteered to join the fighting overseas. During the Second World War, the rural population of Mississauga's villages grew, and the area was transformed from a series of farming villages to something more closely resembling a city. During the 1950s and 60s, the township offered an attractive location, great opportunities, and an environment that was conducive to building. As a result, a huge development phase took place, which shaped many of the neighborhoods that still exist today. On January 1st, 1974, the villages of Toronto Township officially united to become the city of Mississauga. It wasn't long afterwards that rapid development would shape Mississauga into the major city we know today. From forests to farm fields to Canada's sixth largest city, just look at how Mississauga has grown over the years. Wonderful people, strategic location, and responsible local government have allowed Mississauga to flourish. Mississauga is now a modern, dynamic city with opportunities and lifestyles that are second to none. But how does the city fit into the levels of government within Canada? And what services does it offer its residents and businesses? Let's take a look. Mississauga is part of an economic region called the Greater Toronto Area, or GTA. The GTA is known as the financial and industrial heartland of Ontario and is home to more than 6 million people. Mississauga is also part of the region of Peel. The region manages services such as waste collection, water treatment, and social services. The region is part of the larger province of Ontario. The Ontario government provides services such as healthcare and education. Ontario is part of Canada, and the federal government manages services such as national defense and immigration. Our municipal government is headed by the mayor, who presides over City Council. Council is comprised of 11 councillors who represent each of the city's 11 wards. The mayor and councillors also have representation on the Region of Peel Council. Mississauga's municipal government provides many of the day-to-day services that make our city a safe, efficient, and fun place to live, work, and play. Our municipal government takes care of important services like fire and emergency services, road building and repair, the library system, recreation facilities, parks and open spaces, and transportation services. Mississauga is a major technology center within the Greater Toronto Area. Dozens of national and international firms have located their headquarters here, and the city continues to be a destination of choice for companies from across the world. There are so many things that make Mississauga special. We boast a top-notch education system at Mississauga, excellent fire, emergency, and police services, and outstanding medical facilities. Mississauga is home to Canada's busiest international airport, and our efficient transit and road system provides excellent access to residents and businesses alike. Residents can experience some of the area's finest restaurants, hotels, theaters, and world-class shopping. Or you can enjoy our terrific recreational facilities, museums, and art galleries. If you prefer live entertainment, explore our first-class Living Arts Center. This unique arts and entertainment showcase is home to major touring productions, symphonic and choral orchestras, and is the site of numerous exhibitions and special events. For those who enjoy sport and physical activity, there are plenty of facilities, organizations, and green spaces in Mississauga for you to enjoy. Enjoying a hike, playing sports, or riding your bike are just a few of the many activities you can do. In fact, Mississauga boasts more than 5,000 acres of parkland in some of the most scenic locations anywhere. Stroll along the Lakefront Promenade Park, enjoy the tranquil setting of Korea Park, or take a hike along the city's outstanding trail system. As great as Mississauga is today, our future is even brighter. Mississauga's diverse population is one of its most prominent features and greatest strengths. We are proud to be a city where neighbors can embrace their cultural roots while celebrating their Canadian pride. In the future, Mississauga will continue to be home to numerous events and festivals that celebrate our community and showcase our people. Events like My Mississauga, the Bread and Honey Festival, Carasauga, The Waterfront Festival and Canada Day are just a sample of the celebrations that add flavor to this great community. Mississauga's future relies on the efforts of people, like the neighbor who coaches minor sports, the business owner who helps to sponsor a community event, the gardeners who use their green thumb to make Mississauga beautiful, or the workers who give their time to support local causes. In the future, Mississauga will continue to be an economic leader and home to a vibrant economy. This will be a healthy city where people keep active and involved in all aspects of community life. The beauty of our landscape will reflect our leadership in urban design, and a vibrant downtown core will be the pulse of a modern and thriving metropolis. Mississauga will continue to develop its excellent transportation network by expanding with safe, convenient, and reliable transportation options for everyone to enjoy. In Mississauga, the very best is yet to come. Mississauga is a city with a rich history, a dynamic present, and an exciting future. Whether you live here or are stopping in for a visit, take time to enjoy all the fantastic and exciting people, places, and things to see and do in the great city of Mississauga. Thanks for touring it with us.